What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, and I'm going to be continuing my coverage of the defense. This time it's going to be the Wolves, that is the Copenhagen Wolves. I actually don't know what happened to Western Wolves. They're pretty big a while ago. I'm not sure what happened to them. Haven't seen them in quite a while, and their opponents on the dire team is going to be Hello Moto. This is the Wolves that was formerly, I believe, TTB. There was a Wolves right before them. There was a Copenhagen Wolves right before them, and that was disbanded a little bit ago. It's because I don't really remember who, but one of their players just said that they weren't going to play anymore. Then everything just kind of fell out. Wonder who it was. Was it I want to say it starts with a P, but I don't remember exactly. But regardless, bands coming out looking extremely normal. The Wolves, I believe they were invited to the international before, and then something changed. I am speaking out of my ass right now, so probably should just disregard everything I'm saying. But it is going to be the Wolves versus Hello Moto. I actually don't know much about either of these teams, so it should be pretty fun. I'm guessing since there are Copenhagen Wolves and they're from Europe. But that's not really saying much since everyone's from Europe. And yeah, it's not really very clear at all, but there we go. Hello Moto with a Queen of Pain first pick. Very solid first pick. Queen of Pain, of course, able to do a lot of burst damage, has, you know, a little bit of utility coming out with that Shadow Strike. And of course she's a burst damage hero who is also extremely mobile. There's heroes who could do comparable damage, but they definitely don't have the safety that Queen of Pain has. And that mobility is just such a big part of the metagame currently. You can see that really from the bans, like in Darkseer, Prophet, even CK and Broodmother to some extent, just having extremely large amount of mobility coming out from all of them, and it's really a threat. And Wolves picking up Leshrac and Invoker as their two picks. Invoker pretty much first pick material if he gets through the ban phase, so going to be setting up pretty well, most likely going with an Exort, and if Leshrac is a play stun in his lane or wherever Leshrac is going, then that Sunstrike will just have a little bit more added global presence to those ganks, get Invoker a little bit more gold. Hello Moto going to grab up their support heroes right away. Enchantress is going to be in the jungle, going to be able to push down early towers, and Venomancer, very stable support hero with those Venomous Swords, which are really freaking good. Like, their counter push is amazing. But, like, I feel more importantly, just the vision that you get and the utility that you get just by having all these little things that you could just leave everywhere is something that is what really makes Venomancer a top-notch pick. Earthshaker actually being picked up from the Wolves, so getting quite a bit of stun, and that is a setup for Leshrac, although usually the more typical setup for Leshrac is going to be like a Sand King or something like that. I feel like Sand King is better than Earthshaker, but that's just because I really, really don't like Earthshaker. So the early game of Wolves and also Hello Moto actually looking to be pretty powerful, as Wolves banning out the Lone Druid, making sure Hello Moto doesn't get a full-on push team, and Hello Moto really banning out some heavy damage dealers, preventing Wolves from going a really powerful early mid-game. Of course, here, that's still possible, but Brewmaster, Morphling, some of the more powerful heroes in the early mid-game who could transition late. Morphling, you don't really see his power early on. You don't really see him showing off his power early on, but he can still do quite a bit of damage early with just a waveform, and it's really something that you always got to watch out for, that waveform. His right clicks aren't going to hurt as much as some other heroes, because, well, he ideally will have some in strength, and if he doesn't, then he's dumb. But also, his range isn't that high, so you have a lot of time to walk out of his attack distance once he waveformed in. Factor that also with the fact that Morphling does not have the best movement speed. So if you get waveformed, you're going to walk away and not take that much right-click damage. So yeah, it's mostly just the nuke coming out from Morphling and the fact that he is able to carry hard. Kind of like Lone Druid, actually. Kind of similar roles as far as that goes, but of course Lone Druid has a lot more push. And there goes the second push hero, the Enigma. And Hello Moto seems to be perfectly okay with that. They had a game plan. They're going to pick the Night Stalker. So they're really going for some early mid-game, really heavy pressure. Enchantress and Venomancer are both superb heroes at level 1. In my opinion, two of the strongest heroes at level 1. You get screwed over with Enchantress and get nothing but, useless crap, but, that never really happens. And Venomancer has one of the strongest slows at level 1, if not, actually, I think it's the strongest slow at level 1. So Venomancer obviously adding a lot of pressure there. And Night Stalker, an early mid-game hero, with that Void doing a ton of burst damage. And of course, he could just chase you down and claw your face, and kind of falls out a little bit late game, but, with so much power that Hello Moto has coming for the early stages of the game, they should be fine regardless. Wolves picking up the very stable Windrunner pick. Honestly, I'm bored to hell with this Windrunner. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, she's a great hero, don't get me wrong. She's amazing at utility, pretty good burst damage, and extremely mobile, so adding to that mobility idea that we've seen. And actually, you can see how the power of mobility coming out from Hello Moto. Queen of Pain and Night Stalker both being very swift heroes, and very swift heroes, more importantly, who deal a lot of damage. The supports don't really fit that bill, but you would be hard-pressed to find a very fast-moving support outside of really Windrunner, and Windrunner, unfortunately, does not shine as a support role. I think that's also why I feel Sand King is a much better choice than an Earthshaker, because Sand King has a lot more mobility. He actually could move places with his stun, whereas Earthshaker, Fisher versus Burrow Strike, I feel like Fisher is better on the whole, but for your team, but Burrow Strike is just better for the hero, if that makes any sense. It allows Sand King to really get in position, and Earthshaker, if you land off Fisher, well, that's great, but you still got to walk up if you want an Echo Slam, and sometimes, especially if the other team has a lot of mobility, it's not going to really be an option. So we're going to have to see what Hello Moto decides to pick up. I would not be surprised if they just keep going for huge early mid-game power. Let's see, their lanes going to be Enchantress in the jungle, obviously. Queen of Pain, probably Venomancer, Night Stalker somewhere, and a Queen of Pain. So they do need another lane, I believe, if I'm not crazy. So let me go for some early power. There's actually the Tidehunter, so there's a lot of early power there. Gush and Anchor Smash doing a lot of damage, and of course Tidehunter is extremely bulky. And they're also going to add to their team fight capabilities, get that Tidehunter kind of, I don't want to say neutralize, but kind of counter the Earthshaker, if that makes any sense. Fight big AoE with big AoE. Wolves, on the other hand, has some pretty good team fight. Lots of magic AoE damage coming out from them. Invoker with that Exhort, going to be dropping down Meteors eventually. Deafening Blast also. And Sunstrike. And, lots of pain coming out. Additionally, they have quite a bit of pushing power. Forge Spirits and Edict. Later on, Focus Fire, Earthshaker. Just there for the support stuns, but also it's going to be a support stun to set up for Leshrac, so I won't be surprised if the two of them go into the lane together for a Fisher, Split Earth, Edict, and fun stuff like that. But, yeah, Wolves, quite a bit of stuns, whereas Hello Moto, pretty stun light, actually. They only have 0. I mean, they have 1 from Ravage, and then a mini stun, which is going to interrupt channeling, which Wolves currently does not have. So the only stuns that are going to be coming out early game are going to be the whatchamacallits, Centaurs, if they decide to pick them up. Wolves actually going to go for another support hero, so they're going to put a lot of their eggs into the Invoker and Leshrac basket. It's going to depend on them to deal the damage and have really lots of early mid-game power. Try to lock Hello Moto down, so it's not a bad choice. You get a lot of utility and support out of Crystal Maiden, but the thing is with their Wolves lineup is that later on, if assuming the early-ish portion of the game is kind of even, later on, Hello Moto is going to take an advantage because they have the Queen of Pain and they have the Night Stalker, whereas Crystal Maiden kind of falls off, and Enchantress still has a lot of right-click damage, so we're going to see it regardless. Let's go over who's playing what. That's actually a pretty cool banner by the Wolves. Steel Series, go Steel Series, sponsoring esports. We're going to have Balsam playing the Leshrac, S4 on the Invoker, Calculus playing the Windrunner, Nino on the Earthshaker, and that's actually not Toby Wan. Pretty sure Toby Wan even casted this, so that's not even possible. Unless he did both. But that's pretty much a guaranteed stream cheat. This is going to be Henry Dickinson playing the Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, on the Moto side, we have Pimpalicious playing the Tidehunter Sharkface, PSTM on the Venomancer, Savadoom on the Enchantress, Phalitz on the Queen of Pain, and Kojkva. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna call him Night Stalker because I don't quite like the interaction between a J, Q, V in a row. Being an American, I do not know how that is said at all. So, Night Stalker playing the Night Stalker. And Helamoto's banner, pretty cool as well. They don't have their, what does that say? PS what? K? I have no idea what that is. And we have a request for a body slam ravage. I actually want to see that too. I don't think I've actually seen a body slam ravage. If you don't know what that is, when Tidehunter is low on health, like below a certain percentage when they actually begin their injured animation, I'm not sure what percentage that is. I'm going to say something like 10-20%, but once they're at that injured animation, then if Tidehunter casts his Ravage, he just does a belly flop, and then when he hits the ground, spikes come out. So Sharkface doing his sharky things, and this game's still not going on. Balsam, you're killing me here. No, it's Henry Dickinson. Toby Wan. Toby Wan, come on. So yeah, really, this game is going to be decided in the early stages of the game. HM, I feel like, have a little bit more going into the later stages. It's really going to be Night Stalker, Queen of Pain versus Invoker Leshrac. All the other heroes are kind of going to be relegated to their more supporty utility roles, and the damage is really going to be coming from those heroes. Actually, Enchantress, pretty good damage as well. However, it really hinges upon her early game to really get those items, get the experience, and also get a little bit of farm to really bulk her up, get that mana pool up, get that health pool up. Because Enchantress against a team like this, she could get insta-killed so easily. Like a well-placed Echo Slam, Power Shot, Cold Snap, anything really, coming from the Wolves will destroy the Enchantress, who's pretty darn weak. We have Henry Dickinson coming back into the game, and here we have the unpause, so this game is going to be not live. I'm replay casting. I actually want to try to do some live stuff, but that requires a lot of work and internet connection that I'm pretty sure I can't handle. Sigh, what a poor situation. Anyway, all of everyone going to be heading towards the bot lane. Hopefully we're going to see a level 1 Rumble. Exhort being picked up by the Invoker at level 1, so he's going to be a little bit more useful as if a brawl does break out. Tidehunter, Pimpalicious, leading the charge, and all of the Wolves hiding in their neutral camp. But Tidehunter has to know that those aren't real neutrals. Earthshaker going off by himself, looking for a stun. Both teams know where they are. Oh my god, that's going to be very dangerous. Fisher goes off, and they instantly eat through the trees as PSTM, taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down almost instantly. Invoker with that Exhort taking the last hit. Balsam is on the run. One more hit is going to take him over. No, he actually gets denied by Invoker. So this Invoker, that +9 damage, definitely doing work on his own team, in fact. But now HM, Helamoto, going to be falling back, getting nothing. Nothing at all. Scoreboard says 1-1, but that is actually a lie. Such a lie. So 1 kill going on to the Invoker. He's going to be in the mid lane, so he's going to have quite an advantage already holding 400 gold. Not sure what he's going to build it toward. Probably, I mean, like, he's no Queen of Pain, he's no Beastmaster, he's not going to get a bottle. But regardless, that early gold, getting him the first blood, is going to put him pretty far ahead this Night Stalker, who has 0 experience versus 35, so not a big deal, but Night Stalker in the mid lane versus Invoker in the mid lane, unless Night Stalker gets a ton of support from these two, Night Stalker is not going to have a fun time, especially with the right click power coming out from Night Stalker. Looks like on the top is actually going to be Balsam and Henry Dickinson. Going to be up against the Queen of Pain, and Queen of Pain has to be extremely careful. Freeze Bite into Split Earth, and it's a lot of burst damage, and Queen of Pain, not the bulkiest of heroes. She is very slippery and hard to kill, but that durability does not come from HP or armor. That comes from maneuverability. And Calculus actually missing a creep kill. On the bottom lane, we're going to have Calculus and Earthshaker. Nino. Going to be up against a Pimpalicious Pseudo Solo, PSTM and Savadoom. Going to be jungling the enemy's jungle, which they are pretty much free to do. As long as Valets keeps tabs on both of the heroes on top lane, Hello Moto's perfectly safe to do that. I mean, Earthshaker and Windrunner can come, but the fight will be more or less even. Actually, it's going to be more or less even if the Enchantress didn't have a creep, and now she does have 2 creeps, so they might even dive onto this. See Pimpalicious moving up, going to go on a Gush on Calculus. He's moving very slowly, and the creeps are getting into position, but a perfect Fissure blocking both Savadoom and PSTM out. Doesn't matter though, there's a clap going onto Calculus. He is forced to pop the Wind Run, going into the trees, and Pimpalicious kind of looks like he wants to chase, but instead just taking a couple arrows to the back, and nothing is going to happen there. Wards being used to block off that narrow choke, kind of holding the creeps back a little bit, but the creeps are too smart for that. They're just going to go right around. So a unsuccessful gank by Hello Moto onto the Wolves, but that's because of Nino. Perfect Fissure, blocking off one of the creeps so that they could easily take it down, which they did, and then blocking off the other 2 heroes in an angle that forces them back. And with the creep wave incoming, they couldn't afford to stick around and wait for that Fissure to time out. They were forced to move back, and that means no right-click damage at all, and even though PSTM got the Gale, there was nothing to follow it up on, and now Valets is being chased by Henry Dickinson. Probably just going to be a little right-click battle. Valets is actually taking a ton of damage. He's going to blink out of the Split Earth, which it did get cancelled halfway through, but this is going to be his salve, and oh, does it might actually be a, no. Sunstrike a little bit off target. This Crystal Maiden pulling the creep wave down, should intercept perfectly. Balsam getting pretty easy lane, level 3 versus the, well, actually level 3 of Queen of Pain as well, but Leshrac is going to be getting a lot more freedom because he does have that support coming from the Crystal Maiden, whereas Queen of Pain mostly is focusing on survival. Now see some pretty fancy ward battles going out. As he actually oh god, a Gush and a Gale going on to Nino. Fissure goes off to try to slow down PSTM. He tries to eat his way through. It's going to be one more right click. It's actually going to be an Anchor Smash which gets the kill. So the first kill picked up from Hello Moto. Remember that first one was a fly because that was a denied kill. So the Hello Moto tri-lane, kind of an awkward tri-lane. It's not with like 3 pseudo support heroes, not something you normally see, but they're going to be giving Tidehunter free farm, or as free as a Tidehunter can have against a Windrunner. And a leveled up Tidehunter is pretty scary. You get that early Ravage out, and Ravage in itself pretty decent nuke at level 1. But of course the main thing is the giant AoE stun, and the earlier you get it, the better off you're going to be. It's like Calculus actually kind of warded off the lane because he does not have any more vision. All his vision was counter-warded by the Wolves, and we actually see a hasted Queen of Pain going onto this Invoker. Is Invoker going to be able to get out of this? Scream of Pain goes out hitting him, but that was only a low-level Scream of Pain, only level 1. Sunstrike gets dropped down to try to slow the enemies down. He's going to live at no. One last tick of the Shadow Strike going to be taking him down. If he had managed to escape a hasted Queen of Pain, I would have been amazed. Even though that Queen of Pain only had a level 1 Scream of Pain, it's really the Shadow Strike that did him over in the end. Queen of Pain using the rest of that haste rune to return to the top lane, where Balsam just doing his own thing as far as the farm goes, and Crystal Maiden doing the smart thing, getting 2 points of Frostbite. If you're playing Crystal Maiden and you're up against a Blinker, someone like Anti-Mage, Storm Spirit, or Queen of Pain, Morphling, those types of heroes, you want to prioritize Frostbite since they can't cast out of it. On the other hand, if you're not up against any of those escape heroes, then get the Frost Nova because it does better damage. You now see another gank go onto the Invoker, and Enchant goes off, and he's Sunstruck somewhere, actually using it to get Valets in the top lane, but he's going to die regardless, trying to invoke something. He invokes a Cold Snap at the last second, actually managing to bag the Venomancer. So pretty good last minute invoke. I'm not sure if that was actually completely necessary for getting the kill, definitely added a little bit of damage, but I'm not sure if the creeps and tower would have done him over regardless. But Invoker managing to get an assist and a kill in his last dying breath, as Phalix gets nailed in the top lane. Frostbite into Sunstrike is pretty sure it's guaranteed 2 seconds and 2.5 seconds, so not quite guaranteed. But with chaining off with that splitter, that's a lot of burst damage coming onto a Queen of Pain with only 600 in health. I mean, 600 health, obviously not the least on the field, but pretty sure that title is by Enchantress. But still pretty fragile. So you now see Henry Dickinson going around for Phalix. Phalix is actually going to have to blink into the trees, and he's going to be just fine. Going to have to wander through that tree maze, but at least he gets out with his life. And Invoker with that early first blood, picking up phase boots, so even more burst damage coming out, or not really burst damage, but even more right click damage coming out from the Invoker. So plus 51, not to be fucked with. 100 damage a hit this early on in the game, that's pretty vicious.
Thank you.
And if he catches you in a cold snap, and then a sunstrike, and then it's ugly. It's real ugly. PSTM looking for Gale on Calculus. He's going to get it, and Gushes to follow. Calculus instantly teleports, but that early level 6 on that Tidehunter, managing to catch Calculus off guard a little bit. I'm sure Calculus did not expect that level 6 onto the Tidehunter, and if he did, then he... I don't know, did he even cast Windrun? Windrun wouldn't have helped him that much. He had a double slow going on. As we now see Balsam getting ganked up by the Night Stalker and the Queen of Pain. Balsam is going to manage to kill the Queen of Pain before the Queen of Pain does kill him, but really the winner of that is the Night Stalker. Sunstrike did go out to do a little bit more damage. We now see Nino, Earthshaker hiding in the woods. Pretty good Fisher to delay the creep wave, but it wasn't a complete wall, so the creep wave just slid right on through. And yeah, as I was saying before, even if Blue... Oh, it was another kill, actually. Oh, Night Stalker dying to the Crystal Maiden? What's going on there? It's not supposed to happen. Blue, even if he did pop the Windrun, the Venomous Gale and the Enchant, he wouldn't have been running very fast. We now see Teal teleporting into the bot lane. Savadoom is in the middle of nowhere. What are you doing back there? Edict goes off, and he's taking a lot of damage. He's actually walled off by his own ward, teammate's ward. Oh my god, that's a huge mistake, ward. PSTM taking a Sunstrike to the head, and Nino with no mana trying to do something, but he doesn't really have anything to do. Calculus with that Windrun is going to be able to right-click down PSTM as the last-minute gush comes out from that Tidehunter. And Phalix on the top lane, S4 on the mid lane, and a Deny on the bot lane for the Wolves. It will contribute to their gold advantage, as Calculus, you are going to get insta-gibbed. Gush and Avoid, and now Balsam is on the run. He did manage to use his Edict before he got silenced, but 3 creeps in the way, kind of absorbing a lot of that damage. Sunstrike completely missing on Pimpalicious, and now Nino is bacon bits. Just a matter of time for the very angry heroes of Hello Moto just right-click him down. But he's doing what he can, juking around in the trees, trying to delay them, just waste their time as much as he can, and that's going to be a triple kill for Night Stalker. Kojkva. Night Stalker getting a triple kill. He's doing pretty well on his first night cycle. And finally, can I make my point before? Even if Calculus did know that the Ravage was up, using that teleport baited it out, and if, well, in the end, didn't really make much of a difference since Tidehunter didn't really need a Ravage, as we now see. Yeah, so just trying to bait it out. A Shackle Shot not hitting Phalix. Sunstrike and Power Strike both. Oh my god. Power Shot, both missing. Phalix is still slow, however. 2 right clicks from the steel, Calculus going to be able to take Queen of Pain down, even through the magic stick. So good blink by the Queen of Pain, although ultimately was not enough. Just too much damage and sustained right click damage coming from the Windrunner. So you now see Night Stalker diving deep for the Invoker. Invoker has invoked Cold Snap. He's waiting for the creep wave to show up to stunlock that Night Stalker. Where is it though? Why isn't he casting it? Fisher actually going out from the Earthshaker is actually hiding in the trees, so Invoker just needed to turn around and cast it, and a lot of damage would be going on to that Night Stalker, who didn't have a bottle charge at all to really help him through that. He's probably counting on the Earthshaker to do something, as we now see Henry Dickinson being chased by Phalix. Oh, Henry Dickinson, you are so dead. Scream of Pain, Shadow Strike, and Ultimate over the chop. Ultimate, there it is. Actually, oh my god, the Crystal Nova and the Sunstrike finishing off with the Power Shot, going to be taking off that Queen of Pain. So this Crystal Maiden just being the ultimate bait. First baiting the Night Stalker on the top lane, then the Queen of Pain. Who's going to be going for her next? As you see another kill onto Balsam. this Night Stalker just wrecking in all the kills. He is level 10, so he's pretty high level. Yeah, he's the highest level in the game. Night Stalker being a very successful stalker in this first nighttime. He's not going to go for another kill on the Nino. He's going to need a Void and a Silence and actually a teleport out, and Night Stalker knows that he doesn't have anything else to follow that up. No more stuns, so he's going to let that go. Not worth taking extra tower hits just for a couple of extra points of damage that will just be healed up anyway. Level 2 Invoke now being picked up by Invoker finally. Night Stalker with those ganks actually managed to get a little bit more out of the game, even though he was shut down pretty heavily by that Invoker play. Now see Balsam going on to the Night Stalker. No setups done by either the Earthshaker or the Crystal Maiden, so he didn't even try for that Split Earth, which is only level 1. Actually going for a Lightning build. I would have expected just Split Earth Edict, but Lightning, of course, you get that burst damage. Pretty useful against Queen of Pain, I guess. I personally hate the Lightning build. I don't see it being very useful unless you're up against a lot of pushing, and that's like not Leshrac type pushing, where it's just spells that are pushing you through, or Pugna or something like that. It's actually like creeps and Fury on people. CS4 being caught out by the Enchantress, but looks like she's going to be 2 imps, and the Enchantress is going to let him go. Meanwhile, we have the Night Stalker and the Queen of Pain fail. It's barreling down in the top lane, and Calculus taking quite a bit of damage from the Tidehunter. Tidehunter probably could have ravaged and got himself a kill. Of course, he would not have had ravage for a future fight. Sunstrike going off onto Phalanx as we now have a stealthed up Crystal Maiden with the level 1 ultimate. You guys better watch out. This Crystal Maiden is pissed. Phalanx and Night Stalker both pulling back. Henry Dickinson looking for an opening, but even if he does open up, he's not going to have anything to follow up with. So if he does it, it's just going to be his death. He's going to act as a scout, keep tabs on that Queen of Pain, and if Balsam gets into position, possibly set up a kill. Split Earth into Edict is going to be enough to take down this Phalanx. We see a Sunstrike going to go out doing a lot of damage, and Split Earth just on the edge, and Crystal Maiden's ultimate managing to pick up that kill. Usually you don't see a Crystal Maiden take her ultimate at level 6, or hell, even at level 8 you won't see a Crystal Maiden with an ultimate, but it's actually managing to pay off for that Crystal Maiden, managing to get a kill pretty luckily. Freezing Field doesn't have the most reliable damage, and we now see Savadoom fighting off against S4. Shot going off to slow the Anchor Smash down. Sunstrike going to be going down, not going to hit anything as S4 is now on the run. One more right click is going to take him down. Actually, no, there it is. One more right click from the Tidehunter, I meant. Haha. Tripleicious now wants Calculus, Anchor Smash, and Gush doing a ton of damage. No Ravage out quite yet. As we see Henry Dickinson coming in for the support. So an easy pick off by Moto onto that Invoker, who looks like he's going for a 4-staff. So he's going to be very mobile, pretty standard Invoker fare. Leshrac, as I said before, with the free lane, usually you would expect a Bloodstone build, but he's actually favoring Phase Boots, Point Booster, Ring of Basilius, which is a little bit more supporty oriented. It's usually what you go for, or it's usually what you see if there's not as much gold on the line for him. But he has died a couple of times, and yeah, he could easily be bursted down, so getting that Phase Boost with extra mobility. One of the more defensive, or like potentially defensive boots. Yeah, I'm gonna abandon that point because I don't know actually where I'm going with it. But we now see Moto, PSTM, and Savadoom gonna be taking down Roshan, just the 2 of them. PSTM set up quite a bit of Plague Wards. Those are level 4 Plague Wards, I hope. Yeah, they are. So Roshan taking quite a bit of damage, and they do have a Centaur Khan who is technically able to tank up Roshan, but he's going to get taken down by the Giant Claws of Roshan. Now Savadoom popping the heal, and here comes Pimpalicious for the tank. This Roshan is going to go down, and I don't think the Wolves know about this. Moto is going to get away with the free Roshan. Let's see who's going to get the Aegis. Probably the Queen of Pain. Yes, Queen of Pain is going to pick up that Aegis. So that's going to put Moto into a further gold advantage with that extra gold for their entire team. Experience advantage also in their favor. So Wolves, their early game strategy, I mean, like, they had some pretty good ganks, they've had some pretty good setups, but just not really enough the also early mid-game oriented strategy of Moto really pulling through for them, especially that Night Stalker. 5-1-2, level 11, 15 minutes into the game. He is pretty sure he's leaps and bounds ahead of everyone else. Balsam is level 10, but still only level 10. Nice, Tidehunter is level 10, and he was getting pretty high pressure in the bot lane. Well, you know, he did have some support, but yeah, so the level advantage going the way of Moto, and the thing is, Night Stalker, in the early stages of the game, if he's over-leveled like this, he's just going to amplify even more. Of course, like if he was only level 8 or something, he could still do quite a bit of damage, and just show the difference between level 8 Night Stalker and the level 11 Night Stalker. That's just going to be a lot more pain coming out. It is daytime, however, so he's not going to be the strongest as he could be, and now he's going to teleport up to the top lane, try to look for some farm, but unknowns to him, there is a smoked up Wolves team looking for his head. Night Stalker's going to have to play very carefully, but he does not know that they're there. Calculus now showing his face. Shackle Shot going on to the Night Stalker. He's actually going to pop an Invis Rune. So Sunstrike is going to hit him, but that's not going to be anything. Teleport now coming in for a PSTM. Looking for a Gale, actually just going to lay down a Plague Ward in front of the tower, so nothing going to go on there. Savadoom looking to support or looking for a slow or something, but the Night Stalker is circling around looking for an opening as well. He wants to go in, but he doesn't have any support to do so. Pimpalicious, the Tidehunter, kind of crucial for a big team fight if Moto wants to take that with that Ravage. Tidehunter is level 11, so level 2 Ravage. Stun duration pretty damn long, and considering it's probably going to hit 4 or 5 people, that's a lot of added team stun duration. It's playing it very dangerously. Actually has an agility tread for some reason. You gotta switch that out, man. Agility doesn't help you at all. The reason he does have agility treads is because Night Stalker is killing Invoker, and that's not why he has agility treads, but Night Stalker getting another free kill on the top lane. Agility treads with those boots lets you get more health and mana from each bottle charge, so tread switching, super tedious, and most people don't care to do it, but it does help. Pimpalish is now finding Calculus. Shackle Shot is not going to latch onto anything. Balsam going to go for a stun. Maybe? No. Actually, he's not even going to try. Pimpalish is a little bit too fast. Sharkface has roller skates, apparently, as we see Savadoom and Night Stalker pushing on to the top lane. Calculus and Nino are here. Shackle Shot is actually going to latch Savadoom. Is there going to be any follow-up, however? It's just going to be right clicks, heal going off for the Enchantress. Enchantress looks like she wants to stay and fight. Sunstrike is going to hit actually on the Night Stalker, who's taking a lot of damage from the Crystal Maiden ultimate of all things. Leshrac going to be able to right click the Night Stalker for that last tick of damage. So Savadoom managed to get away, but Wolves doing the right thing, picking the important targets, going for the Night Stalker instead. And ultimately, it's more important to take out a Night Stalker than it is to take out an Enchantress, especially when Night Stalker is such a high level. And he did have a kill streak, yeah, mega kill streak, so a lot of extra gold for the Wolves, and more importantly, a lot of extra experience. Invoker is on the bot lane, trying to defend alone against 3 Moto heroes, and he has to be extremely careful. Now receiving some support from the Nino, and Moto is forced to teleport out, as we see Balsam getting engaged on. Just a little bit of right-click damage, as, oh my god, teleport is faking everywhere. It's managing to blink away from a Sunstrike, which wouldn't have killed him, but would have put him in quite a bit of danger. Metamancer actually managing to take out the mid tower of his own, so Moto just solidifying their gold advantage. A little bit of a spike because of that Night Stalker kill, but I don't think Moto are going to be very concerned about that. Once nighttime comes, Night Stalker probably going to have his Aghanim Scepter, and that means you cannot run and you cannot hide. So Night Stalker will find you and he will kill you, and it's not going to be fun. Looks like Wolves are going to be trying to set up something. There goes a Shackle Shot. Going to miss on trying onto a melee creep hero latch. Trying for a latch onto the melee creep to the hero. Not going to hit. If that hit, that definitely would have been the Night Stalker's death, because carry Crystal Maiden is way too strong. Level 9, and yeah, fully decked out. No taking of the aura. It's actually kind of surprising, considering you don't see any arcane boots outside of the, what's his face, Earthshaker. But Phalet's taking a Fissure in the mid lane. He's going to be completely safe, however, since he does have his Aegis, so maybe he wants to bait some spells out of the Wolves, and then the rest of his team could just converge onto them and kill him. And the Enchantress now pretty bulky, with Power Treads, 2 Bracers, and a Magic Wand, so a lot of stats coming out from him. Teleport onto the top lane, trying to stop Henry Dickinson and Calculus from taking this tower. It is going to be the Night Stalker, and he's going to look for blood. Henry Dickinson, you got to get out of there. No, Void is going to cancel, and you are so screwed. This is going to be actually Crystal Maiden's first death of the game.
No.
So ending Crystal Maiden's killing spree. How often do you get to see that? Calculus actually is going to teleport out just fine. And that shows the weakness of the Moto team and the fact that they don't have any stuns. Their only reliable stun was on the bot lane, and their only reliable stun has a pipe now. So once Moto gets that pipe into their team fight, it's going to be rough for the Wolves. Invoker is doing quite a bit of damage, and there is the Edict damage, which pretty much ignores the pipe. There is actually no Post Nova, so none of that going to be going on, but the pipe is just going to do so much for them. Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, Windrunner to some extent, Lashrak as well. With that lightning actually kind of going to be hurting him as far as that pipe goes. So very superb item choice by the Tidehunter, and we now see Nightstalker and his team. Nightstalker was pushing ahead a little bit. Going to be going on for some kill. Fisher going to be slowing down Failits a little bit. Shackle Shot going to latch onto nothing. That's Henry Dickinson going to be taking a Ravage and a Poison Nova. He's actually going to be the only one hit by that ultimate. Nightstalker going to be continuing to go farther into the base. But it looks like Moto satisfied with that Henry Dickinson kill of the Crystal Maiden. He's going to be taking down this tower. Fisher going off to the Nightstalker, trying to slow them down a little bit. Shackle's going to latch as well. Failit's wanting to blink in, double damage rune, ultimate going on to S4, but it's not going to be enough damage to take a kill. And the Nightstalker was a little bit too far back and was stunned by the Fisher, so he could not follow that Queen of Pain in. Queen of Pain kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but he didn't die. He still had the Aegis, so he was perfectly fine in doing so. His ultimate's going to be a little bit delayed with Sunstrike. Sunstrike going somewhere. I heard it. I don't know. Bottom line, it didn't hit, and now nighttime hits, and there's the Aghanim Scepter, so perfectly timed as far as the farm goes. This Nightstalker is incredibly dangerous. Pretty much everyone on the Wolves team is going to have to watch out. They're going to have to buddy up and make sure that they are not alone. Because if they are alone, Windrunner's probably able to escape. Force Staff Phase Boots is going to give her a lot of mobility. It's not going to be enough to really completely escape the Nightstalker, but it'll buy her enough time to get some support. Invoker as well, if you can manage. She actually doesn't have any Ghost Walk, so it's mostly just going to be Phase Boots running. Someone like Earthshaker, however, you gotta be scared of this Nightstalker, because usually you could try to juke and slow down the Nightstalker a little bit, but not anymore. Unimpeded vision, which is pretty huge. He's actually gonna see... Oh no, Crystal Maiden, you are completely spotted, and you're gonna get converted upon, silenced, and voided. Lots of damage coming out onto the Crystal Maiden. Nightstalker bags yet another kill. That's gonna be his 8th kill of the game, and Failits blinking into Balsam, going to be opening up with the Shadow Strike, just for doing a little bit of right-click damage. Stun going up onto only Failits. Koja now on the chase. Fisher going to be slowing them down as Balsam, going to be taking an Anchor Smash and a Scream of Pain. Going to bag that kill for the Queen of Pain. There goes some Forge Spirits trying to do some damage, and Failits a little bit caught out of position. He's just going to burn the Aegis right now. No big deal. Calculus in the middle of nowhere, actually. What are you doing there? Going to be taken down by the Tidehunter, and Failits going to be blinking out. So 3 easy kills by Moto onto the Wolves side, and that wasn't even with a Ravage. Sunstrike going to be going on to nothing, and the Nightstalker, level 15 now, doing a ton of damage. He's going to get Cold Snap and slow down a little bit as he's taking a lot of hits from the tower, taking a lot of extra damage because of that Cold Snap, but with the Lashrak down and the Windrunner down, Moto does have an opportunity to push in. There goes the pipe, going to be mitigating a little bit of that damage, and the Forge Spirits come doing as much as they can, but it's just going to be momentary delays. There's a lot of Plague Wards getting set up, and they got to be careful because Nightstalker could dive in at any time. And now that a Ravage is up, they have to be super careful because spikes and Shark Face and pain and suffering and all of those bad things that come with the angry Tidehunter on the other team. Regardless, Wolves are going to be able to hold this tower. Moto did not want to push their luck as far as that goes. Mech being picked up by the Enchantress, who's actually only died once, so pretty well played by the Enchantress. Failits of all people having the most kills because of that top lane pressure. The most deaths, I'm sorry. So Moto playing extremely well, actually. Getting a lot of items on people you wouldn't really expect items on. Drum being picked up by the Venomancer, and now Roshan is up again, so Venomancer going to be starting to ward that up. All he needs is his trusty Enchantress Comrade. Level 11, sitting at 1100 HP. Not bad for an Enchantress. Nightstalker has teleported in, and he is looking for Calculus. I believe Calculus is spotted, but Nightstalker is not going to push. Oh, unless Calculus comes back in. It's going to be very careful. Darkness goes off to really renew the duration of night, and Night Stalker is spotted out by the creep wave, I believe. And now confirmed. Scouting confirmed by Forge Spirit. So Night Stalker not going to get a kill on blue. At the moment, he sees him again. This might be round 2. But he actually knows that Invoker is there, I believe. So he's not going to push his luck. And he doesn't really have to. He's just pressuring Wolves back and making them think that all the heroes are around, when in actuality, PSTM Pimpalicious doing Roshan. So the joke's on the Wolves. They got duped pretty hard there. Mech going off trying to keep their team at very high health, and it's going to work. Gush to lower Roshan's armor, a ton of Plague Wards. Going to be another Aegis for the Queen of Pain, who used it pretty well last time. Took an opportunity just to use that Aegis to deal a lot more damage before she fell. And then once she revived, she just simply blinked out. So, not looking too good for the Wolves. Let's see how Leshrac is doing. Leshrac, BKB point booster, phase boots, so he's gonna... he's gonna have a lot of damage mitigations from that BKB, but the thing is, Night Stalker, at this point of the game, still doing a lot of damage with his right click, so he's not gonna be the safest of heroes, even with that BKB. Calculus now teleporting in to try to defend his mid tower, but all 5 of Moto are here, and Tidehunter does have a Blink Dagger, so this could be extremely rough for Wolves if they get too far up. Haste Rune is also on the Night Stalker, but he's pretty much hasted anyway with Hunter of the Night and Phase Boots. Looks like Moto is going to be content with taking that one tower, going to be sliding down to the bot lane, maybe? Teleports up by Phalos to try to defend the top lane. The rest of them, however, are going to be going to pressure that bottom lane. They know that they have a very firm advantage with so many towers. Yeah, only 1 tower left from the Wolves, whereas they have 3 towers of their own. Plus the kill advantage, going to mean that the gold graph and the experience graph is heavily in the Moto favor. And more importantly, most of the resources are on the people who need the resources. BKB now being picked up by the Queen of Pain and Night Stalker, almost level 16, so that nighttime is going to last a very long time. Moto, I would not push if I were them. They have to have Balls of Steel because Queen of Pain is not there, and she doesn't have a TP scroll, so she can't join the fight very quickly. Lightning coming in handy at this moment, trying to get rid of some of the counter push. Poor Satyr got crystal blasted all over. But all 5 from Wolves are here, so Moto is going to have to pick their battle very carefully. Gush goes onto the Invoker, just a little bit of harassment damage. And now they do have the Queen of Pain coming in, however, Wolves are aware of the rotating movement of the Queen of Pain. So they're probably not going to fight away from their tower. Going to wait for the Moto to push in and try to get something done near their tower to get that extra DPS up. Is it going to be enough, however? They might even want to fall back even further since the tower only at 1/4 HP. Smoke actually going off from Moto. They're looking for someone. They're going to find no one, actually blow their cover on the Forge Spirit. Or moving too close, I'm not really sure what happened there, but regardless, the smoke got dispelled. It's Savadoom. Blink Ravage coming out from Pimpalicious doing a lot of damage, and Stream of Pain going to be getting Venomancer double kills. Invoker instantly buying back into the game. Echo Slam was dropped as well, but the Night Stalker is still out for blood, going to be able to kill that Earthshaker, and now S4, after the buyback even, force-staffing himself away, he might be able to get away alive. But Balsam and Calculus are the only ones left in this fight, as both are teleporting out. Night Stalker managing to take out that Invoker. So Blink Ravage by Tidehunter, who almost has that level 3 Ravage, really setting up a perfect follow-through for the rest of Moto. Somehow Venomancer managed to get a double kill out of that. I'm not sure how that happened, considering Queen of Pain got near perfect ultimate followed the near perfect ultimate of Tidehunter. This looks like the Night Stalker going to be diving very aggressively, but he's in actually quite a bit of danger, getting blocked up a little bit by the Forge Spirits. A couple more right clicks. No, he's actually going to get it out just fine. Pimpalish is also taking a lot of damage. There goes the Crystal Maiden ultimate, but not hitting anyone. Tidehunter actually going to get killed by the tower, final stun by the Earthshaker, managing to seal that kill. Now Enchantress is on the run, and she is probably going to get killed. Shackle Shot and Split Earth. Split Earth's going to land, and Earthshaker with that Blink Dagger is going to be able to engage onto that Enchantress. Leshrac going to be able to pick up that kill with the Pulse Nova. The Wolves, even though they took a beating, did take a little bit of retaliation kills, because Moto overextended just a little bit. But really, the team fight from Moto coming together perfectly. I'm not sure where the Echo Slam was. I think it hit 2 people, but the enemy creep wave wasn't there to really get that pitch perfect Echo Slam off. But there was a perfect Ravage from the Tidehunter, followed by a perfect Queen of Pain ultimate, followed by Venomancer somehow kill stealing 2 kills, and they managed to take out the Invoker twice. He does have his buyback down, so Hello Moto, once they get their Ravage up in 30 seconds, they're going to be able to pretty much do the exact same thing. However, Earthshaker does have a Blink Dagger, and Hello Moto is aware of that, so they're going to have to take the necessary precautions. Yeah, but again, that pipe, he gets the pipe out before that Echo Slam comes in. It's going to be kind of disappointing for Earthshaker. Nothing more disappointing than blinking into 5 heroes and a ton of creeps and then getting pipe blocked. Feels bad, man. It only does like 200 damage. Balsam and the Tidehunter trying to, take out this creep wave. Actually, they still have the tier 1 on the bot. Still there is Pimpalicious blinking in, Gush, Anchor Smash, going on to Balsam. Balsam is going to teleport out just fine, and there are no stuns coming out from Hello Moto. Night Stalker is nowhere to be found. There's no hexes on anyone, and so once again, Hello Moto's weakness of the no stun coming into play as we now see the Night Stalker on the run. Actually has 10 hits of Melting Strike from those Forge Spirits, so he's taking a lot of damage. He's going to play super aggressively. He has the Aegis of the Immortal, actually not going on to the Queen of Pain from before, my apologies. S4 now taking a ton of damage from that Tidehunter, going to be taking a fall. I didn't realize that Night Stalker picked the Aegis. Kind of just assumed that Queen of Pain would take it since he had an empty slot. But Night Stalker actually the one packing that second life, and kind of makes more sense now why he was going so aggressive down here. And now looks like all of Hello Moto going to be converging onto Calculus. Calculus does have Force Staff, does have Wind Run and Phase Boots, so he's going to be running, dare I say, like the wind.
Illusion.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. Yeah. Night Stalker is on the chase, however, and looks like running like the wind isn't going to be enough when you get Shadow Struck. Balsam in the wrong place at the wrong time, however, forced to pop his BKB and teleport out of there. Not going to be... Oh my god, there's just barely enough right-click damage coming out from the Queen of Pain. What was that, like 0.2 seconds left on that TP? So unfortunate for that Leshrac. He's going to be on the side lanes for 50 seconds. He does have his buyback, so if Hello Moto push in, they're going to be probably content with forcing out a buyback from that Leshrac, although realistically they could still take a giant fight. Tidehunter now level 16 with that level 3 Ravage, just devastating. Huge radius, huge amount of stun duration, and 450 damage in a giant AoE like that. That hurts, man. That hurts. Same stuff coming from Sonic Wave as Calculus taking a couple steps too close. Forced to pop that Wind Run and forced to stab himself out. Pocha now cold snapped. BKB going right through that Deafening Blast. However, it is daytime, and he doesn't have his ultimate for another 10 seconds, so this is going to be the use of the Aegis, perhaps. Mech is managing to keep him alive. Ravage gone to Calculus and S4, as S4 is going to be in danger as well. Blink Echo taking out no one, actually. The Aegis is going to go down, but he did manage to get a 4-man Echo Slam, and that's as good as you're going to get. Henry Dickinson now going to be using his Freezing Field on Savadoom. That's 3 down from Hello Moto. And with the buyback from Wind Run, from, what's his face? Leshrac. This is might be a 4th, actually. Perfect Fisher block, cutting off the angle for the Night Stalker, and they're actually just going to sit in the hole. Phase Boots is going to allow him to get through. Is there going to be any more follow-through? They're looking for a Shackle. They're looking for something. Force Staff, Leshrac, actually, but Night Stalker running the correct way. If he ran the other way, he would have been split-earthed. And it looks like he's going to get alive. So that fight not quite going for Hello Moto. They dove pretty aggressively, and that allowed for the Earthshaker to get a beautiful Echo Slam off, doing a ton of damage, popping that Aegis on the Night Stalker, and really just stun locking 3 other heroes. And admittedly, that's something Sand King can't do, but I still maintain that Sand King is better than Earthshaker. But that's just me being biased, so... Okay. Hello Moto having a fight going sour. I don't know, the Night Stalker doesn't have the most right-click damage. He is extremely durable, though. And he has managed to shut down the Wolves pretty hard, but the Wolves with all those Force Staffs, 2 at the moment, 2 and a Blink Dagger, they're going to be able to kite Night Stalker pretty decently, especially when it's daytime, and it's only 9 AM, so there's still quite a ways to go until the next night cycle. At which point Moto is probably going to go push in. And the Ravage, not as good as last time, used to kill the Windrunner, who I believe bought back. Yeah, the Windrunner bought back. But she got instantly obliterated by the Ravage. I believe the Invoker managed actually to escape with his life from that Ravage, so not a 4-man Ravage, unfortunately. So sad. You always want to see those Ravages because it's great eye candy. Bottom lane, still managing to hold strong at 1300 out of 1300 HP. How often do you see a tower like that 35 minutes into the game? You never see that shit. It's amazing. Let's see, drums picking up on the Tide Hunter. I believe that's the second pair of drums. You know, I'm going crazy, guys. No, wait, no, yes, it is the second pair of drums, but drum charges no more on the Venomancer, so kind of okay that they're stacking them up right now. It's not really uncommon that you see drums. Not uncommon that you see multiple drums. It is quite common, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's just such a great item as far as the stats go. And you're not always in a pack of 5, so you can't always count on that aura. And really, the build-up and the price itself is cheap enough so that it's not a big deal if you get a couple of sets of drums. So, not a bad item in that regard. Leshrac going for BKB Aghanim Scepter. Still not sitting at the most health, however. Not quite the Bloodstone amount of health. And Balsam, what did Balsam do? I don't understand. Tell me your secrets, Balsam. What happened? Looks like he doesn't even know. Fake Knicker. What the fuck is going on? I don't even know. Maybe it's Henry Dickinson? I have no idea what's going on. Actually, Sunstrike can be scouting out the Roshan, so enough of that. I don't know what these spectators are talking about. Roshan is spotted out, and Phalix with the invisibility ring going to be setting up a perfect ultimate. There is a gem, however, on the Crystal Maiden, so he's spotted out, and Phalix taking a lot of damage, forced to pop out the BKB. Oh, okay, that sucks. Henry Dickinson going to be dropping down that freezing field. Ravage going to be popping off to cancel that off and manage to hit S4 right on the edge. And managed to get killed off in the background, however, by the Enchantress. Balsam going to be not teleporting out. Ultimate being popped by the Queen of Pain to take that kill. Tidehunter Gush following through as well. Now Calculus on the run from the Night Stalker, but he's probably not going to get away. Running through that tier 1 tower, taking a little bit of extra damage. Silenced up, taking a lot of damage from the magical casts of the Queen of Pain. And now Calculus is going to be taken down by that Queen of Pain. I'm pretty sure they're kidding that he's fake nicking. This is awesome. God damn it. Stop talking. Yeah, I don't think spectators should be able to speak at all. And if they should be able to speak, they shouldn't. But who am I to say? Especially with stuff like that. Whatever, this is going to be an easy Roshan for the Moto squad. The gem did get picked up. Where's the gem? Night Stalker picking up the Aegis. Queen of Pain with the cheese. Gem not on the field. It was right here. Maybe it got destroyed. Well, the gem actually benefiting the Wolves a little bit in that fight, spotting out the invisibility rune on the Queen of Pain, and if she did see it, it was a little bit too late. She already got a lot of damage put onto her and kind of forced her back, but really it didn't really matter. Moto with that golden experience advantage, still managing to take a very solid fight. But maybe it's because Wolves were distracted because of the spectator chat, especially that CM couldn't get a, ultra kill with her ultimate, so really what you would expect from CMs, especially a 459 CM, who actually doesn't have any gold. It's quite a shame. I love seeing CMs with like Sanj and Heaven's Halberd. Shit's funny. Windrunner going to be going for a pipe, I'm guessing. I don't think anyone else is going to be getting a pipe, but pipe mech on the Windrunner. So Windrunner just became a, well, not quite, but Windrunner is going to become a very, very valuable target for Moto. If they take Windrunner down, then lots of buffs fall to the floor for the Wolves. Night Stalker trying to do his best to defend the middle lane. He does have his ultimate up. He's going to get Cold Snap and take a couple stuns. net going on to S4 as we see Savadoom getting stunned up and going to be frozen up as well. But his heal is going to keep him through this. No Leshrac is actually going to take that. Night Stalker is on the chase with that BKB. That BKB is only at 5 seconds though, and he's going to be forced to turn back. Phillips coming through. Ravage only hitting the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden is going to get killed by that, popping her ultimate at the last second, but it's not going to be enough. Nino doing Neko Slam only on one person, so not really big, and Pipalicious is sitting in the middle of everyone. He's going to be taken down as well. Night Stalker is still in this fight, and where's the Queen of Pain? Where's his buddies? Queen of Pain is still in this fight as well. Doesn't have an ultimate. He's going to get stun locked, slashed against the tree, and she's going to go down again. Did she buy back? No, she didn't buy back. She was just... She cheesed. That's what that was. But Night Stalker is still around, however. But Tidehunter managed to escape with his life just barely. But that was a 3-for-2 exchange in favor of the Wolves. So Wolves still showing that they have some fight in them. Not the best Ravage from Tidehunter. Did his blink get cancelled? I don't know. That only hit Crystal Maiden. That was just on the edge. So I'm assuming his blink got cancelled, which would have definitely changed the fight. Put a lot more damage onto the Wolves squad. That Echo Slam also being used in that engagement wasn't the best as well, so I guess that's kind of a wash. But Echo Slam mostly used for damage, where Ravage not so much, mostly used for the stunning and positioning element of it. You don't really get that same effect from Echo Slam just because the radius isn't as large and the stun is just from Aftershock, so you know, if Aftershock you don't get a stun, which kind of sucks considering it's his ultimate and you would kind of expect more from someone named the Earth Shaker. Like if your ultimate spell is to shake the earth really hard, you would think you'd be able to stun someone, right? Am I right? What's the deal with Earth Shaker? Okay, yeah, that's enough of that. Whew, okay. So Wolves kind of holding on to this game. I'm not exactly sure how. Leshrac was pretty durable, and Night Stalker with only a 5-second BKB doesn't have quite enough time to right-click, and really his right-click isn't that strong. You don't really see the huge DPS Night Stalker builds that you would see in pubs in the pro games, mostly going for that Aghanim Scepter utility kind of casting and tanking role, which is a shame considering how fun it is to see Night Stalker just completely beef things down, but it's an extremely effective build, and it's basically why you pick Night Stalker. Actually not going to be picking up a Hyperstone, so we're going to be going towards that Aghanim Scepter most likely. It'd be pretty cool if he picked up a Mjolnir. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's actually not that bad of a choice either. Of course, Aghanim's, not Aghanim's, Assault Cuirass is what he is going to be going almost 100% because, as I said before, tanking utility role, but hell, if I saw Mjolnir, that would be awesome. Let's look at that attack speed. There's going to be lightning everywhere, adding a little bit more right-click damage to the Moto squad, and considering, yeah, I actually think it'll be pretty good. I would like to see it. Oh, actually, the gem got picked up by the courier from before, so enough talk about lightning. Tidehunter picking up a refresher orb. It's that part of the game, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be double Ravage. So even if he whiffs one and only hits the Crystal Maiden on the edge, he's going to have one for round 2. Nothing more fun than a shark face with double Ravage. And maybe this time, yeah, he'll actually hit it twice. I'm like, ideally that's what you want to have happen. Roshan halfway to being up, and Tidehunter picking up an invisibility rune. Going to be looking for blood somewhere, along with that Night Stalker who has that unimpeded vision in the night. So Queen of Pain going to be revealing herself to the Wolf team, and all of Moto positioning themselves on the bot lane. Nighttime just started, and ultimate not quite popped. Assault Cuirass is up. Unfortunately, I wanted to see Mjolnir. I love Mjolnir, such a fun item. Night Stalker is running through the forest. They're pushing down the bot lane. Tornado spotting out any potential wolf defense that's coming in. They are going to see blue teleporting in, and yellow as well. But, you know, you kind of have to teleport in for a push like this. Night Stalker is at the front lines. Pipe is up, actually, but there goes the ice wall, trying to slow down the creep wave, and that ice wall is slow. Just so ridiculous. Gales does have a sheep stick, so he could disable most likely the Leshrac once BKB goes down, or I don't even know who's going to disable. Whoever he wants to, really. it doesn't matter. But there's their stun coming out. Oh my god, double shackle shot. Is Wolf going to go in on this? Double stun as well. Deafening Blast going to be pushing the back. But a blink Ravage from the Tidehunter. Venomancer ultimate as well. There goes the double Ravage. Going to be able to take down S4 before this fight even starts. Calculus running away, barely any health. Tidehunter's going to take the last kill. Enchantress managing to pick up the Crystal Maiden in the meantime. Night Stalker still with that Aegis. Might get his pops right now. One more right click from the tower. No, it's going to live at 33 HP. Huge Blink Echo Slam going off. Going to be taking out that Venomancer. But it's actually not going to be enough. Venomancer actually taking down the Earthshaker. Hibblish is going toe-to-toe with Balsam, and that is going to be the end of that team fight. Queen of Pain actually also getting taken down by someone, by Leshrac, right before he died. But still, a complete team wipe by the Wolves with a couple of buybacks, I'm sure. Invoker bought back. Queen of Pain too poor. Too poor. Yeah, so the only Invoker buyback, actually Leshrac bought back as well, whereas Moto had no buyback, so taking that fight extremely easily. That double Ravage just sealing the deal for them. Isolating out Windrunner in the early portion of that fight, taking her out. I believe Crystal Maiden was also in that, caught in that double Ravage, which, hell, the damage itself is huge, but the amount of stun lock they had, even considering that there was a double Shackle Shot, Split Earth, Deafening Blast, all that good stuff on the Night Stalker and the Queen of Pain, which is as good as you could ask for the Wolves. Simply wasn't enough damage coming out to really bring them down. And that Tidehunter was not caught. He did have a working Blink Dagger this time. And that Refresher Orb just completely putting that fight in favor of Moto, who did manage to take a very easy set of racks. And now Wolves, even more on the back foot than they actually were. The gold advantage dipping down towards 12,000 in favor of Moto. 20,000 in EXP earned. So Wolves have to pull some sort of miracle out of their asses if they want to really stay competitive in this game. Honestly, though, I'm not sure if they have the heroes to do it. Leshrac and Invoker are, they're okay late game, but Queen of Pain most likely going to be going for some damage now, something like an MKB, so she could just sit on the low ground. And actually, they managed to take another Rax. I completely missed that, so that's 3 Raxes in favor of Moto. And usually now you see Queen of Pain going for that MKB, so you get a little bit of right click. And with that maneuverability from the Blink, it really is a great combination. You got Magic Immune, sheep someone, just right click their asses down. And she is going to have the auras from Night Stalker to help out. And now double Ravage is up again. Wolves, you better prepare yourself, because it's going to be rough. Moto, Night Stalker still farming on the bot lane, and Queen of Pain gonna be going for the Ancients, maybe? Or bottling up a Haste Rune. That's gonna be extremely useful. Not quite a double damage rune at this stage of the game, but still, it's gonna be pretty good. Invoker kind of playing with fire. He's almost completely blind. He is completely blind, so he's gonna teleport out of there. Actually, it's getting ganked up by Balsam and Nino, but Balsam getting turned into a chicken. Going to be taking a lot of damage. There goes the Gale, and right clicks from the Night Stalker, just too much. Man, that guy would have been dead so much faster if that was a Mjolnir. Just saying. But looks like Moto content with that pickoff. Leshrac has no buyback, so Wolves are going to be very weak for this upcoming fight. And something tells me that it's not really going to be a fight. It's more going to be like a slaughter, all-you-could-eat buffet. And Night Stalker with that mouth could fit a lot of food, and Tidehunter could eat something like a Plesiosaurus at this point, so you better watch out. Shackle going on to Kovcha. Night Stalker getting locked out a little bit on the fight. Deafening Blast and a Fisher going to be extending that duration. BKB is getting popped out as Venomous Nova is getting popped out as well. Toby Wan, no. Henry Dickinson in the middle of the buildings, actually. Trying to drop down an ultimate. Invoker managing to take down the Night Stalker. Not before Night Stalker managing to kill that Crystal Maiden and buying back into the game. Teleporting in. Salvadoon gets shackled to a tree. There goes one Ravage, catching 2 people out. And where's the second Ravage? There goes the second Ravage. Actually catching the Earthshaker before he could unleash his Echo Slam. But there's the Echo Slam. Not being able to kill anyone, unfortunately, from the Moto side. Too tanky. Last one to be on the run is Calculus with that wind run. Force staffing himself onto the high ground. Going to be trying to slow down the Tidehunter with a Shackle Shot, but he's still on the run. Valence is going to be on the chase, however. One Scream is going to live with 30 HP, and looks like they're not even interested in chasing this. Blink Dagger is up, and it's going to be there, and no, there he is, there he is, there he is! Get him, get him, get him, get him! Force staff. Calculus is just burning time, but the GG call has already been made. Calculus now running into the trees. I want to see this guy die. Get him. Get him, blink, blanket. There it is. Gush, 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 gush. No, Calculus completely juking out the Tidehunter. Oh, what plays. Big jukes coming out for Calculus. Gonna be teleporting out just fine. And apparently Toby-Wan not managing to seal the deal for them. But the GG call has been out for Wolves. Moto just having a huge amount of pressure this game, just not letting up. They took an advantage kind of early on, and they just held on to that for 50 minutes, and that really bought them a very clean, slow, and methodical win. Once they got that refresher orb on the Tidehunter, it was all over. There's way too much team fight coming out from Moto that Wolves simply could not compete with. Deafening Blast going to fail. It's going to be trying to bring him down. He's going to blink out. He's going to be just fine unless there's a Gosu Sunstrike. Windrider now turned into a pig, and he's going to get right-clicked down. Going to get killed by Venomancer for yet another kill. 6-8-21. Sanj, Venomancer. So, #1 support right there, but the Radiant Ancient is exposed, and huge dire creep wave, and the GG has already been called, so right now it's just fountain farming, stuff like that. There goes the game. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been Wolves versus Moto from the group stages of the defense. I will have more coming soon. I'm actually going to change up a couple of things in a couple of days, so hopefully I'll get even more videos out, but I'm not sure if my internet could handle that. Whatever. Actually, Heaven's Halberd can be completed from that Sanj. Pretty cool. I love Heaven's Halberd. New items. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. GG.